Looking at vintage photos on the internet, you can find an incredible number of striking retro gadgets. Some of them look funny, some of them look absurd, and some of them look crazy. Tell me, did the creators really think that anyone would actually want to use these things? On the other hand, it's the crazy people who changed the world. It's just that these guys really invented some nonsense. Helmet against noise. Do you have a chatty wife, noisy kids, and a nagging mother-in-law? Is there no corner of the house where you can retreat to peace and quiet? Calm, only calm. Especially for you, the famous publisher Hugo Gernsback has developed this beautiful helmet isolator, demonstrated in 1925 in the magazine Science and Inventions. Its housing completely eliminates all external noise, and breathing air is supplied inside through a special hose. In this portable personal sensory deprivation chamber, you can finally concentrate on reading or writing without being distracted by anything extraneous. True, the eye slits are only for one line of text, but isn't that the best way to get deeper into the process? Spanking without pain. The following marvelous device would be very useful for parents in the era of humanity, because it is designed for painless punishment of delinquent offspring. Strict fathers, grabbing the belt at the drop of a hat, are a thing of the past. From now on, physical punishment should have a purely educational function, degrading the dignity of the guilty, but leaving their sirloins intact. If you don't want your little bandit to report you for abuse, punish him only with a special brush with soft rubber bristles, which was invented in 1950 by an unknown father from Montana. He was a kind-hearted man. Cigarette umbrella. And this suggestion will probably interest those who follow bad habits and unhealthy lifestyles. You smoke one cigarette after another? Do not want to part with them in any weather. Try this unique device from the 30s of the last century, designed to protect cigarettes in the heaviest downpour. The long, spyglass-like mouthpiece will add to your charisma and brutality in the eyes of others, and the elegant umbrella at the end will not allow your cigarette to accidentally extinguish due to precipitation. But just in case we remind you, healthy lifestyle is more interesting and useful. Mechanical cat. Pestered by rodents, but you can't get a cat because you're allergic to fur? The solution to this problem was found back in 1963. It is a marvelous invention of Japanese scientists, a mechanical cat with a 2-watt electric motor. It can meow and will easily drive all the mice and rats, and at the same time the household crazy, doing it 10 times a minute. The mechanical beast's eyes light up each time for added terror. And to stop all this ugliness, when all the mice and family members are terrified to run away, just pull the cord out of the socket. Radio hat. In 1931, when not only iPods but also Steve Jobs himself were not in the project, and people wanted to have fun wherever they were, a certain American genius, whose name, unfortunately, history has not preserved, invented this radio hat especially for music lovers. Apparently this is a summer version. Whether a winter version was designed is, alas, not known. You may be a little confused by the size of the device. Well, sorry, in those days, neither nanotechnology nor FM radios had been invented yet. Antirobbery bag. Inventor John Rinfred always understood the importance of securing one's possessions from intruders. It was for this reason that he introduced an innovative anti-robbery bag to the public in 1963. The principle of operation of this indispensable thing in everyday life is quite simple. At the decisive moment, when the villain has almost snatched the bag from your hands, the chain in this thing is pulled out, the bottom falls out, and the contents, respectively, are scattered on the ground. After that, the robber-loser, supposedly, should be embarrassed, cry, and run away, and you will be left only to collect things while laughing victoriously. Camera gun. Another invention, indispensable for creative people who live in places with a dangerous criminogenic situation, is a Colt .38 caliber with a built-in mini-camera. This device was created in 1938 in New York. The camera automatically takes a picture every time you shoot. What's missing is automatic smile recognition. Bang, bang, cut. Judging by the surviving footage, the revolver managed to shoot 6 people during its lifetime. All of them in very funny poses. Some jumped over a fence, some ran away through a window. Whether the unwitting models were satisfied with the pictures, history is silent. Reading glasses for lying down. Perhaps we would not refuse this gadget, created in 1936 in England, even now, when electronic books have already replaced paper books. They have come, but can they offer something new to those who like to read lying down? No, these unfortunate people are still forced to wiggle, putting pillows under the book or scuffing their hands. But this could have been done away with back in the first half of the last century, thanks to a unique system of mirrors. Perhaps these glasses are one of the most underrated inventions in our selection. Piano in bed. Who said lying down was the only way to read? This sliding piano, invented in the UK, even allowed creative lazy people to muse without getting out of bed. The question remains, however, how to extend the keyboard if you're already in bed and covered with a blanket. Apparently in the distant 1935 it was solved by a high-tech way of calling the maid. Although, without jokes, for people whose motor skills are limited for some reason, such an invention could be very useful. A bike for the whole family. Do you want to spend more time with your loved ones, but don't know what form of leisure activity to choose to involve all members of the family at once? This wonderful family bicycle was created in 1939 especially for you. It's not even a tandem, it's a super tandem. Imagine how much fun you'll have outdoors on this bike, especially if you have to pedal. Notice how gracefully the foot-powered sewing machine fits into the design, which will easily allow you to combine pleasure and usefulness. You can even open your own sewing studio and deliver finished products to your customers right away.